Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now here we go. We got a show to do. You understand me? International Red for the record. The fashion experience. Here we are now. You understand me, ladies and gentlemen. The name of my show today is Trust. And the reason why I say trust, you have to trust somebody, sometime. But I'm going to tell you something about trust. Trust is earned. Trust is not all. People don't realize this about trust. They think you just somebody comes up to you and say, trust me. You know, you don't trust everybody. People have to earn their trust. Everybody has to earn their trust with you. I don't care who they are, regardless. Family members, strangers, people you know, people in the church, whatever. They have to earn their trust. You can't trust no one without them earning their trust. You know, it's like, for instance, you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And you're with these people, you know, you say you're with somebody 6 months. You know, you're learning to earn their habits, the things they do, the things you like, and the things they don't do. You know, just like, for instance, the number one thing that is mistrustworthy is somebody cheating on you. You know, you have a mate, and they cheat on you. So however, you understand me, if you're with that person, and they happen to lie or cheat, these are the biggest things. If they happen to lie to you, then that's a red flag. First of all, they're lying to you. They're telling you something, you know, that they're trying to deceive you. So therefore, you don't trust them simply because they told you, they deceived you, they lied to you. So therefore, their trust is right from the start, the trust is not there. They have to justify why they lied to you. And then when they justify that lie, because since you caught them, they may not do it again, but then they have to earn their trust because you don't trust them already because they lied. Right? That's just like, for instance, if they cheated on you. If they cheated on you one time, then you say, well, you don't trust them. Right? And then if they cheat on you twice or 3 times, then they're cheaters. You got to realize they cheat. So what are you going to do? You're going to watch them. You're going to follow them. You're going to, you don't trust them. So therefore, you understand me? Jealousy and all these other things come into play. When really you should let the relationship go. You shouldn't continuously in a relationship when there's no trust. No trust, it should be no love. But people don't think like that. People get in these relationships from the beginning knowing the people ain't no good, knowing the people can't be trusted, knowing, you understand me, that you thinking to yourself, I'm going to change them. You know, I'm going to change them. No, you can't do that. I remember this lady. Well, this was a lady I was with 25, 30 years ago. She got with this guy. You know what I'm saying? She fixed him up. You know, he wasn't nothing when she got him. But I guess she figured she could fix him up and make him into something. You know, you got to look at the caliber of the person that you're dealing with. You know, if he ain't nothing from the jump, and he, you know, his honesty, his integrity, his pride, dignity, if all that ain't in part, then the rest of it ain't going to be right. So if you had to fix him up, then you fix him up look-wise, but that ain't going to fix his mind up. He's still thinking the stinking thinking and doing the wrong things that he's doing because he's the person that he was, and he's going to always be that person. You can make him look like something, but he still ain't going to be nothing because he's a cheat and he's a lie, and you got to look at it like that. So what happened was you felt all bad after you fixed him up, invested money in him, and then he was cheating with a younger woman. He went out with a younger woman and was running around, and you felt bad. You shouldn't have messed with him in the first place. You shouldn't have even got involved. But people don't realize this. They think they can change somebody, they can make things better. No, don't even invest your time. Don't waste your time. If a person's a cheat or he's a liar and don't even, man, the first flag, let it go. Don't even mess with it. But no, we're so desperate. We look at how a person looks, and we don't even judge by how they act. And then we wonder why we're crying over this person because they did you wrong. You know, when you put yourself in that position by dealing with that kind of person, you know, and then you know he ain't no good, but then you fall involved with him, and you're in love with him, and now you ain't going to let him go. But you standing up behind him, and you looking like a fool because you didn't take heed to the signs. When you trust is to be earned. They got to earn the trust, and that takes a process. And if they start off being wrong, you got to let them go. You can't keep taking, because when you're messing with somebody and that's the way they are, they're going to lie to you and tell you they ain't doing it no more. And then they still doing it. You know, when they do it, they do it. Until they make their mind up and they really change and really be right, they're not going to be right. You know? And there's a lot of times you have to get burnt before you realize what's right and what's wrong. You know, you have to get burnt sometimes. Sometimes if you're young enough and you're adventurous enough, then you do that because you have time left over. You know, but then you got to be able to know how to change horses in the middle of the road. And a lot of people don't do that. They don't realize that you have to change horses in the middle of the stream. And they don't realize that they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to change horses in the middle of the stream. And that's what they have to do. You know, but they be so invested in a person that they're not going to leave them. You know, and that's sometimes because they have a shaky self-esteem. They figure it's the best person I ever had. I ain't going to never get me nobody else. You know, they think all these are different type of situations. When if you're a good person and you taking care of yourself, more important than your looks is the caliber of character you are. If you're honest and you're upright and you're truthful and you know you're real, then real things will happen for you. It's karma effect that will keep you and take you to victory. And you have to believe in that, you know. You can't waste a minute of your time with somebody that's Rudy-Poo, half-stepping, that ain't nothing. Because they're stealing your joy and they're lying to you and cheating on you. And when they do that, you shouldn't waste a minute of time with them. If you continuously be with that person and you know he's a cheater, a lie, then that's taken away from you and you feel less and you feel less value. That takes value away from you. That takes away your value. You know what I mean? From being an A1 person, that takes you down a notch because you're dealing with that person. I don't care how you look at it and how you say, oh, he ain't going to do it no more. No. That's you justifying the wrong he did because you're not strong enough just to leave that person. Knowing that if he lying, he keep lying, he ain't going to stop lying. And that's the way it is. You got to cut them people loose. I'm not just talking about man and women relationships. I'm talking about friendships. I didn't learn till way later. I kept going back and forth because I liked certain things about this person, so I put up with it. But eventually I realized that they're not going to change, and now I don't care if I ever see them again in life because I realized that's what it is. They cheated on. I was in jail. This is the worst thing you can do. You're in jail and you got this person bringing your mother and your girlfriend to visit you, and then he has sex with them behind your back. They lied and they cheated. You know, you can't trust these people. But I didn't know this till 30 years later. I didn't know this till 30 years later it came out. Right? And then I thought to myself, this person did this. Right? And they never changed. This was 30 years ago. He told me about it. This was 50 years that it happened. You understand? Right? And then at the time that happened, it was 3 or 4 years before that I went to jail again, that this person tried to get another woman of mine. See, they do the same things. They don't change. This is 40, 50 years later they do this. They negative. They try to steal your joy. You have to leave those people alone. They will not change. They're going to keep being a cheat and a no good person. And I know this from experience. That's why I don't try to give them no people no excuses. I don't try to justify it no more because I'm strong enough and my self-esteem is strong enough. And I know that for a fact, you got to let those people go. When you don't trust them and they're no good, you got to let them go. You got to leave them out your life. Because I gave this person 3 or 4 chances. And the last chance was a couple years ago. And it was a simple situation. All they had to do was say they were sorry about what they did. They didn't do it. They were wrong what they did and they know it. But they didn't say they were sorry to me. So I told them, I said, until you say you're sorry, we're through. I don't care about speaking to you. And I meant that, and I would live by that. Because you have to stick to your guns. When it comes to people that lie and cheat, you have to be the bigger person. You got to be honest and be straight, and you got to let those people go. You can't have those people hanging along in your life because they're poison. They're not no good. You got to leave them alone. And they're not going to change it. If you give them the opportunity, they will stab you in the back and they will kill you off again. Because they're jealous and they're hateful of you. They're jealous and they want to see your downfall. They clap when you lose, and they don't clap when you win. And those are the kind of people they are. And you have to stay away from them as far as you can. Don't be nowhere near them. Don't have anything to do with them. Because trust is a simple thing. It has to be earned. And that's why this person never earned, he never really earned my trust. You understand? And that's why I told him, I said, I'll never let you around my women. I don't want to be around your women. And that's why I had limits on the relationship we had. I said, never come around my family. I'll see you one every other week. I'll see you one day. And that's how I got along with him. And that's how I had to do it. But he wanted more. And you can't get more because you're not to be trusted. And you look at your track record. That was why. I didn't bring it up to him no more, but I thought about it. As I think about it, that I'm grateful and thankful. And these other people talking about the person like he's a good person. And they still deal with him. And I know he ain't no earthly good. He did the man that was defending him wrong. He went and hit on that man's woman when that man went to go do something for him. First of all, you shouldn't have went and left that man with your woman alone. First of all, you doing him a favor. He's supposed to come with you. You ain't supposed to leave him nowhere. He's supposed to come with you because you doing him a favor. You going to leave him somewhere and go do him a favor. That's the first thing you did wrong. You understand? And you know the man ain't no good and you leave him in so that's on you. And then the woman tell you what he do and you don't check him still. You look at him like, okay, that's the way he is. No, that ain't the way. He's that way because you let him get away with it. Because if it was me, I'd let him go. I'd cut him loose. Some people don't understand the rules and the regulations of life. I was doing a show earlier. I was listening to a show about the unwritten rules. And there's unwritten rules and there's rules that people know about. And there's things that people let people get away with when you have to check them. And I don't care if it's family, friends, whoever it is. And I mean that. By me doing this show, like I said, it's therapy to me. That's the reason why I'm letting everyone know that I am not my family, my sisters, whoever it is. I'm going to check them when they come to me with something that ain't right. I'm going to check them and check the people that they with. Because I'm not letting people get away with nothing. I'll feel good myself. I'm living for me and mine. If I'm happy, then it's okay. Because I don't trust people. And I got reasons not to trust. They got to earn their trust with me. I don't trust people from the gate. Never do and never will. Because I've been stepped on and been ran over too much in my life. That's why I say I got to the point now where people have to earn their trust. Trust first, never, no. They got to earn their trust with me. That's how I feel about it. Other people got other ways. They trust people out from sight. You know, I'm not going to never be that way. Trust you from sight. I always got a doubt in my mind that you up to something. You trying to do something. You ain't no good. I got to think like that because it's very few people that don't have no ulterior motives for trying to get in your life and do something. You know, I had people promise me a lot of things. People going to put me in a video. Yeah, okay, you're going to put me in a video. I'm going to find out about that. You know, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge you $100 an hour. I'm going to let you know from the jump what the deal going to be because it ain't going to be no me trusting you, giving me something later on or making a donation. No, I'm going to give you a rate from the gate, and that's how we're going to do it. We're going to do business. And that's how it's going to be. Trust no one. Don't trust. That's a bad thing to do. I'm 70 years old, and I come to this conclusion. This is the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, that you cannot trust people face value. They have to earn their trust. People in your life, in relationships, in friendships, they have to earn their trust. You see, I had a guy in the office. People were telling me, oh, he's taking the money. You give him your money when you make money because you guys are partners, half and half. But he's not doing the same to you. When you leave and he gets money, he puts in his pocket. I didn't ever trip off of it because I was trying to treat him with respect. But I got people told me he wasn't right. 2 or 3 times he did things that wasn't right. You know, and I realized that. And this man supposed to be a Christian, a church going person. So see, I've been walked over and stepped on by trusting people too many times. So I don't do that no more. Now they got to earn my trust. I don't trust them, and I let them know I don't trust them. I'm not gonna bite my tongue about anything when it comes down to it. Oh, you could trust me. Oh, no, I can't trust nobody because I don't believe that. Trust has to be earned. If you don't earn your trust, then I don't trust you. It's just like a woman in a relationship. When you first get with her, you don't know what she like to do. You don't know how she gonna act. You got to earn her trust. She do things. She call you a certain time. She be there when you tell her to be there. She ain't over to these women's house, over there with them. See, certain things she do, you know she's on time, on point, and then she earned that by being with you and being on point. That's just like me. If I say I'm gonna call you a certain time, I call you. I be there and I do that. If I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. I do that because I earn. This is what I do. I do this because that's the kind of person I am. But do I expect you to be that way? No. If you earn my trust and I know you're gonna be that way, if you're that type of person, like Roy, I know he said he's gonna be somewhere on time. He be there on time. He's earned that. He's a trustworthy person. I could trust him. Certain people, you earn their trust. You've been knowing them, but we was figuring it out 15 years. Between 15 and 18 years. He built that trust. I didn't believe he'd trust him from the jump. This was something that was built up throughout the years. He was that type of person. Always on time, always a lawyer, always trustworthy. Always, he built this up throughout the time that we've been knowing each other. And that's what I'm saying. People have to build their trust. People always want to say, trust me and all that. That's how people get misused and abused and get stepped on. And they do that simply because they be trusting a person. And I can give you many examples, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to get to the point to where you got to look at it like this. I've been walked on, stepped on, and walked over to a point to where even the last few people that I was dealing with, they deceived me and my queen. But it's okay because I've always in my head where they had to build their trust. All that this and that, you this and that, you that, and all that talking that talk. I look at the way they walk, things they do. When they do all that putting polish on it, trying to brown nose you, I don't go for that. When they doing all that, making you feel good with words, but no action, I don't go for that. Because I know it's something. I said, no, they ain't my friend. They trying to act like they all this, but let me see if they do some things to prove that they my friend. Like my friend Dollar Bill, he proved to be my friend. He's a friend. My friend Silky, he's my friend. These are my two best friends. They my friends because they showed friendship. They showed it. They did it by the things they do, not by what they say. You understand? And the rest of these people that's fakes and phonies and all that I handle with a long handle spoon, I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? Because I know any minute I got to watch them. I don't have trust in them. I have to watch them because they're still on the process of me trying to earn my trust. A lot of things they do to where, hey, I don't trust them. Things they do, people that are real close to me, and they do things, and I let them back in my life. They get away out of my life, and then I let them back in. That's a point taken from them. When they might have been there, then they get backed up because they don't, you know what I mean? They do things to backslide on the trust thing. And I say to myself, well, that's who they really are. When they say something, their word is not their bond. When they tell you they're going to do something, don't do it. That's the first sign. Then they do it all the time and don't do it. There's a couple of people I know that's like that. I don't even tell them no more. I don't even say, come to my event, come here, come there. I don't even do that no more because I know they're not going to show up. So why waste my time? Don't even ask them to come. Don't even, what I mean? I just let them people go. I don't ask them when something's coming on. I don't even tell them because I know I'm going to hear something about that. And then when they tell me to come to their thing, they can bet I'm not going to be there unless I really want to come. But I'm not going out my way to go be there, And that's how I feel about it. And I don't care how they feel about it. That's where we at in this situation. But I'm happy with that because I got you right where I want you. I know where you at, and you ain't gonna deceive me. You ain't gonna fool me, and you ain't gonna steal a minute of my joy. Because that's what they be thinking they're gonna do. They be trying to steal your joy by telling you that. Oh, I'm gonna be there. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be there. Oh yeah. Oh this. Oh that. I don't even go for that no more. And then you got people that you don't even know that well that show up and be there and give you presents and do all this kind of stuff, and you didn't even know them that well. They were your, your woman's friend, your queen's friends, and they showed up more so than your friends. So that go to show you that people do that by earning your trust, doing things that would really, astound you. But it's the things they do, not what they say. That's why I don't listen to everything people say. I don't do that no more. People tell me that. I don't listen. Oh, they said this, they said that. Oh, they this. That's why the people that, when they did what they did, it didn't surprise me. Because I know I stuck my neck out, but I knew that I wasn't going to stick my neck out where it was going to cross me. What it was going to do, it was going to cross the relationship I had with them. I was going to cut them all the way off. I was ready to do that anyway. As soon as the results came the way I thought they was going to come, I knew I wasn't going to fool with them no more. I don't give people chances no more. I don't let them stay in my life if they ain't right. If they ain't right, they don't stay in my life. If the people ain't right, I get about my life, man. You know, I don't let them stay in my life because I realize life is short. The older you get, the less time you have left, and the more quality, more perfect life you want to live. I live in my best life now, so I don't have time to play games. I don't play no games at all now. You know, when you're young, you did all that, and it was okay. It's all part of life. So that's why when these young people do what they do, I don't say nothing. You're young, you can do this. You're young. I'm not thinking like you thinking, and you thinking I'm hard or I'm this or I'm that, or you cold-blooded. No, I'm where I am throughout the experiences I had. You still got to learn. You learn the hard way. If you get to be my age and you still feel that way, then you see how you feel when you get my age. And you go through a lot of ups and downs and go through some relationships and do what you do, you know. It's just like when I was in my 30s and 35, 40. I wasn't to be trustworthy. You know, I was cheating on women and I lied and did all kind of stuff myself. So I know, you understand me, I had to change my style because I had to be honest with God. Because when I wanted somebody to be right with me, I had to be right with them. And I was being right with the women that I was involved with because I let them know I wasn't trying to have one woman. I had other women. I was being honest and being truthful about it. You know, but I wasn't like screwing all of them and doing all that. They were just on my line. And they made me look good by being a part of my entourage. Like, and that was all good for me. Because when I really got intimate with a woman, it was going to be a woman that was going to be my significant other. And these were not that, so I wasn't lying. And I wasn't being untrustworthy. Everybody knew everybody, and everybody knew what I was doing. So that was all good. And by being honest and truthful, down the line, when you do, you understand me, find who you're looking for to be with, you want to make sure they be honest with you as well as you being honest with them. Because if they're not honest with you, it ain't going to work. And people try to make things work. They got people cheating on them. They can't trust them. The minute they go out the door, they wonder where they at. They got somebody following them. And man, you know what I'm saying? And I think to myself, why would you get with somebody or why are you with them if they're like that? And you know why they're with them? Their self-esteem is low. They've been cheated on, and this happened to them before. And they think all men are like that. They don't think there's a good man out there. And I've had women say this, oh, there ain't no good men. All men do that. No, the ones you've been with did it. And you know why they did it? Because you let them get away with it. And you were scared to be by yourself, so you stayed with those men when you should have let them go and stayed by yourself, and a good man would have came. But you blocked the good man from being in your life because you settled for that dude you thought was right because he had charisma. He had a good line of jive. He talked good shit, told you what you want to hear because he wasn't to be trusted. So he talked a good line of jive. But that square dude that was honest, you understand me, working a job, you didn't want to be with him. He was too square, but he's what you needed to be content. You women pick guys that are liars and cheats, and you wonder why that happens to you. Because him is the type you pick. You know, a guy that looks like me generally, that's looking good and all that, a lot of times they don't be good. I'm just one of the exceptions to the rules. I look good and I am good. I'm as good as I look. But the point of it is that a lot of people ain't like that. So you don't judge a book by its cover. You got to get to know those people. You know, I'm one that's all the way ready because I'm at the time in my life where I am like that. But there was a time where I wasn't, where I looked good and didn't act good and all that. You know, I went through all that. But I realized, you understand me, that to get a good woman, you got to be a good man. It goes together. You understand me? You know, but you know what I mean. It's going together, growing together, which is what me and my queen are going to have a show on the 30th. It's going to be that show on the 30th. You understand? September the 30th, we're going to have a show on that subject, and you're going to understand what I mean by that. But the point I'm saying is, when you're with someone and you're with them for years, and they cheating and doing it. I've seen relationships, I've seen it like this, and you know what? Those people just want them people to be in their life so they say they got somebody. They don't really love the person, or they love them, but they don't really, you know, they just caught in something, and the man's cheating, and they might even be cheating. But it ain't no solid foundation. The only reason why the relationship stay together because it's toxic on both ends. I remember my cousin, she didn't trust the man she was with. He wasn't even messing around, but she thought he was. She always thought that. I guess it was something in the past that he did to where she never had trusted him. And I lived with him. I said, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. I seen him over there. And he wouldn't be doing nothing. But she would be assuming that he is. Because all the men she was with were doing cheating on her, they misusing her. and all that. And she had a low self-esteem, but she was as pretty as could be. Yes, but her self-esteem wasn't solidly built. So she would hold on, run across that dude like somebody else would want him. Nobody else wanted him. He wasn't nothing. After she left the world, rest in peace, he wasn't nothing nowhere. He couldn't even stand strong. He was a weak guy. Without her, he wasn't strong. You know, women want a man that's independent, that's strong, self-sufficient. Him, and my partner, pretty boy, his name is Mac B. Them two were the softest people you want to see when it came to being independent and being strong. They weren't strong. Me and my partner Silky and my partner Jody, we used to talk about this. You know, about how these people be sorry, and they get with a woman that's low self-esteem, that ain't really strong. They can't get a strong woman, in other words, because a strong woman ain't gonna want them. A strong woman ain't gonna want to be with nobody like that. They're not gonna get with somebody, you understand what I'm saying, that's weak. You know, that they can't trust. They want somebody that's trustworthy, that's sure about themselves, especially a strong, confident woman. You know what I mean? A strong, confident, independent woman. They're gonna pick. If they get a guy that don't have much, he gonna have moral principles and ethics and codes. He gonna have that. He gonna have something, and he gonna know how to go to work and make his own money. You know what I mean? A guy got to have something going for him other than just looks. If he only got looks and don't have no hustle or nothing about him, he gonna be sorry when you ain't with him. He gonna do bad by himself. You know, and as far as him catching women, that ain't gonna mean nothing because he ain't nobody about anything gonna stay with him. You know, it ain't about the women you catch and about having a lot of women. It's the quality and the type of women you get. You know? It's just like, say, for instance, if you're a pimp and you got a bunch of trampy women come out the projects. But then this other cat got these polished women. He got maybe one or two of these polished women that work at these big hotels, working with doctors. You know, they that intelligent that they get top flight, you know, customers. And then these other girls is on the corner doing 10 and 2 and all that. So who's the sharper cat? Who's got more on the ball? The cat that's got the $2 million women than the cat that's got the women that might be worth $1,000. You understand? You see the category I'm trying to say? You got different categories of people. You know, who would you rather be? You understand? And you got to grow. It's called a growing process. When you grow and you're getting better each and every day, and you're getting better each and every way, then you got to grow to that status, man. You got to grow where you are, you know, you're getting to the best. If you didn't start off the best, you grow to the best status. You don't stay on that page. Like me in my game when I was in the fast lane. I started off on a high scale. And then I went down for a minute, but I still was polished. I did that just to identify with the streets and, you know, to get that street level down. You know what I mean? But I was sharp all the time. Because I come out in 67, man, I had plenty of game, you know. And I've been, like I said, you don't trust people. People got to earn the trust. And being from the fast life, that's how I had to get it, you know. Trust no one, you understand? And that's how you got to be. When you got that streets up under your belt, you get it. You really get it. A lot of people don't have the streets under their belt, so they go for the okie doke, you know. But telling lies, we did that for a living, so it's like, you know, we knew it. We learned this coming up, you know, about telling stories, you know. So it's like I tell people what they got to do as far as being true to life, being a person, you know, that does what's right. You know what I mean? Because you have to live up to it, you know. You have to live to the person. You have to live to the stage and the status to where you have to learn these things. But anyway, I'm going to wrap my show up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say this here and let it go because my time is running out. But this is International Rich Fashion Experience. And the name of the show today was Trust. And I'll get you more into it later because you have to realize one thing. Trust no one. Let them earn the trust. They have to earn the trust that you give them. They have to earn it. If they don't earn it, they don't yearn it. They got to earn it. If they don't earn it, don't give it to them. You know what I mean? They have to earn trust. That when they earn that trust, then they really, 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 really get it. Then they really have it. And then you can really be thankful and be grateful. Believe that. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen.